Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com, and I'm going to do a 3-part series for you on Twitter marketing tips and tricks, and 75 of the best ones I can give you from learning along the way, from my experience, from making mistakes through trial and error. And I want you to be able to get better Twitter results from day one than I did starting out. And so you don't have to learn the hard way, okay? So I'm going to go through 1 through 25 of my best Twitter marketing tips and tricks for you in this video, and hopefully you can take some notes and get a lot from it and be able to implement it and get better results for yourself. So first you want to use the 80-20 rule, okay? When you're using blog posts or links to other articles on Twitter, you need to make sure that you're posting 80% value and 20% promotional. And a lot of you may want to post a lot of things that lead to lead capture pages or things like that can make you more money, but if you post that all the time, you're going to drive everybody away and you won't have an audience to promote to in the first place. So post a lot of value. You can post your own content, post other people's content and share it on there that's related to your industry, and use 80% of just value and 20% promotions. Okay. Next, you want to use Tweepi. Tweepi is a great way to increase your following without having to pay a bunch of money for a tool or anything. You can actually start for free. They also have more premium accounts, but it's very affordable, and like I said, you can start for free if you want to just do that. But it allows you to clean up your followers, figure out who's not following you back, and you can unfollow them. You can find people that have big followings that might be in your niche and follow them and follow their followers, so you can kind of create your own audience and build it up on Twitter. And Tweepi is definitely one of the best tools for doing that. Next, you need to figure out what's trending. You'll see this little box here that'll say, what's trending in your country or your state or wherever you are. And you'll get to see some of these hashtags and these keywords that are trending. So, for instance, the day that I took this image, it was Women's Equality Day. It was, National Dog Day. Russell Wilson was getting talked about a lot. There's a popular hashtag called Wish I Knew Them, and you can contribute to these keywords and these hashtags, and with all the popularity coming from them, you can get a big traffic boost if you post something related to those. Number 4 is hashtags. Hashtags, kind of going off the last point, hashtags can be very beneficial to you on Twitter. That's how people find stuff that's related to what they want to see. And you can use hashtags.org or RightTag. These are 2 different websites that help you find popular hashtags and make use of them by also keeping them related to your industry, but finding the ones that are getting the most popularity and the most traffic. Next, you want to pin tweets. Okay, your most important tweets should be pinned to the top of your feed, or the feed that others will see when they go to your profile. So all you have to do is press the little dots here. As you can see, when you look at a post that you've already done, you see these 3 little dots. You click that, and you scroll down to pin to your profile page, and then that's what will pin it at the top until you remove that pin. That way, no matter how many times you tweet between now and then, you'll still have that important tweet at the very top for people to see. Okay, so next you want to use Buffer. Buffer is great for saving you time on social media. Buffer will allow you to schedule your tweets, schedule other social media posts by just uploading them all and putting them in there, and then setting your schedule for them. So it's kind of like automating your social media. For Twitter, automating your social media can be very helpful. So I recommend you try Buffer. You can actually try it for free, or you can get a more premium account. but it'll definitely help you save a lot of time when it comes to posting on Twitter. Another tool you want to try if you have a WordPress blog is Revival Post. And Revival Post is a plugin basically that is built for allowing you to share your old posts through an automatic feed kind of thing. So you can get a free version which is just Twitter, and it's just one Twitter account, and what it does is it allows you to share posts that you've posted in the past within a certain amount of days, and it'll automatically post them to your Twitter feed for you, so you don't even have to use Buffer or Hootsuite or anything. It'll just automatically post them, and you can set which time intervals you want to post and all these types of things. So I recommend this for automatically sharing your blog posts to Twitter to get more shares and get more virality for them, and it'll actually save you even more time than just about any Twitter tool that you can get, especially for your blog. Another one is have a good profile image. You don't want to see that little egg that you start out with, which means you don't have a profile image at all. You don't want to choose one where you can't see your face or you can't tell anything about the person, or because your profile image is very small, if you haven't noticed on Twitter, and you need to use a face shot that will show what you look like so people can relate to you. They see you're a real human. They see you're not trying to just hide behind your computer and do some sketchy things. And try to smile. Smiling actually helps. It'll make you more approachable. 9. Build credibility. If you have certifications, if you have achievements, if you have references, if you have awards, things like that, put them on your profile bio like Jeff Bullis did. Jeff Bullis is a big-time social media marketer. He has a blog at jeffbullis.com that helps people with social media. But he's a #1 content marketing influencer, social media marketing strategist, and speaker, Forbes Top 10 social media influencer, Huffington Top 100 business Twitter accounts. He has his achievements on his profile to make him look better and show people that he knows what he's talking about and he has credibility and that they can trust him to give them quality information. Another thing is watch your engagement. Pay attention to what gets more engagement than other things. So if you get something that gets maybe 2 shares and then you have a Twitter tweet that gets 50 shares, figure out what it is that made the tweet with 50 shares get so much more than the other one. Okay, if you pay attention to this, you can capitalize on that more, and then you'll get just about every post you do to go viral. And that can really make a big difference in building your following, branding your business, and getting you more sales. Another thing is collect leads directly. Like I said, you want to use the 80-20 rule as far as value and promotional stuff, but you can use your promotional stuff. A lot of people use 100% value and don't promote anything. Therefore, they don't make as much money that they could. They're leaving money on the table. You can do webinar registration pages linked into your tweet, or you can say, hey, if you want to enter this contest to win a Apple iPad, and in exchange for your email, or in exchange for letting us know how our product is, or whatever, then post that on Twitter, and you might even pin it to the top to get more engagement. Model after the best. This is just a simple tip that I give everyone all the time because I wish I did this from the very beginning. Don't beat your head against the wall. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You need to just find the people in your industry that are already doing well on Twitter and model what they do. Don't copy them. Don't just copy every tweet that they do and things like that. But obviously keep it related to your brand. But figure out different patterns between the most successful people and implement them in your own brand. Another thing is use keywords. Obviously, keywords make a huge difference in your tweets because you can go back and see that trending box, and certain keywords will trend more than others. They don't even have to be hashtags. So when it comes to those types of things, you need to pay attention to the keywords you're putting in your posts so that you can get more visibility on your tweets. So do your research before you tweet. Obviously, you also want to use media. The thing about Twitter is a lot of people just do links and short little quotes or something like that, but really it's images and videos that take up the most, what I call Twitter real estate. And Twitter real estate is just your feed. Your feed is the same size every time, but a post by somebody with a picture, as you can tell in this image here, is going to get you a lot more real estate in that space than if your post looks like this. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're posting on Twitter. Take advantage of images that you think could go viral, or take advantage of videos that you think would be helpful. They get more visibility because they take up more space. And next, you want to mention others and message them. Okay, you can do a lot just by doing a little direct messaging with people or mentioning them. You can give a little personal touch, and you can build some great connections on Twitter. And I've actually done this before, but just messaging people. Hey, thanks for following me. Hey, I'm interested in your business model, or hey, I really admire your brand. How'd you do it? How'd you get this far? Or do you have any tips for somebody that's a beginner? Do you have some tips for somebody who's looking to be part of this industry? A little messaging, a little conversation can go a long way. Don't be afraid to do that on Twitter. Reply and retweet. If people mention you, or if they retweet your stuff or whatever, why don't you give them a shout out? People really appreciate it when you recognize them and you don't ignore them. Another thing is analytics. If you're not paying attention to the numbers, how are you going to know what's working? Okay, like I told you to pay attention to the engagement of your posts. Another thing you can do is look at Twitter's actual analytics tab. Okay, you go there and then figure out, okay, what am I doing well? What's getting a lot of traffic? What's getting a lot of clicks? What's not? And then model it, get rid of what's not working, and focus more on what does. Another thing you want to do is brand your cover images. As you've probably seen on my Twitter profile, you can put your big cover image and pretty much do whatever you want with it. But most brands brand the name of their business and their logo and their website, things like that, in their cover image. So have somebody on 99 Designs or Fiverr or other places design a cover image for you, or if you're pretty creative yourself, you might do it yourself, and just brand yourself on your Twitter profile. It'll get you more curiosity about your brand, and if people like you, they'll want to go visit you. Another thing is Hootsuite. Hootsuite is very helpful for kind of what Buffer does, except Hootsuite has a few differences, and I actually have a full video that compares them and gives you the good and bad about each one, so you can make a decision between them if you just want to use one, or you can use both. But Hootsuite is kind of a way to organize your social media in one dashboard, so you can kind of look at your different feeds all in one place, or you can also automate your posting. But the thing about Hootsuite is it does branding of the Hootsuite logo when you post using their automation. So that's why I prefer to use Hootsuite with their dashboard to keep track of multiple feeds in one place, and use Buffer to schedule. But using them together can really help you keep track of everything and automate your social media. Another thing is connect to LinkedIn. You can connect your LinkedIn profile and your Twitter profiles together to get more connections, more followers, and kind of fuse them together and grow your audience. Okay, and if all you have to do is go to manage your Twitter settings after you've gone to your LinkedIn profile, and there you go. You just add your Twitter account. It's all in this little picture right here, and it allows you to integrate it with Twitter. So that can actually help you a lot as far as growing your following by just having connections on multiple sites. Another thing you can do is follow people back. Like I said, people appreciate being recognized. People might follow you and think, hey, maybe if they're interested in what I do, or maybe they find me interesting too, they'll follow me back. And when you follow both ways, you're considered friends on Twitter. So it means you might actually have a good connection there. So if people seem interesting to you, follow them back. Don't just expect, oh, I'll just get thousands of people to follow me and I won't follow anyone back, because I don't care about anyone else but me. Don't be like that. Follow people back. If they seem kind of sketchy, you don't need to follow them. But if you think they're quality followers, you might keep that following a little longer, and you might grow a stronger connection just by following them back. A lot of people appreciate that. Another thing you can do is shorten your links using Bitly or other services, but Bitly works for me. You can go there and you can shorten your links. You have to have 140 characters or less on Twitter, and the thing about it is your link can take up quite a bit of space by itself. So if you shorten it, it'll only take up maybe 5 to 10 characters for your link with Bitly, as opposed to maybe 20 or 30 if you do it long form. So do that, and then you can also track the clicks on the link. The other thing you want to do is mix it up. You don't want to do the same post over and over and over. Try to use some images, try to use some videos, use some links, use some quotes, use some shout outs, use some retweets. Mix it up. The best Twitter brands mix it up. They don't do the same thing over and over and over. Of course, if you're posting content a lot, that's fine, but at least shout out to people every once in a while and use some pictures. Just kind of mix it up every once in a while to do that. So if you want to combine maybe Tweepi to post your blog post for you, and then use Hootsuite or something like that to send some pictures and some different posts that kind of mix it up. You can use those together and make a really nice mix. And for 24, you can curate other content. You don't have to always post all your content. You can share content that you think is pretty cool or you like, or that your audience might like. Obviously, you want to keep it related to your brand, but let's say you're a company that helps startups. You might find a nice article on entrepreneur.com that you want to share, or Business Insider, or Forbes, or something like that. Share it on there, and don't be afraid to curate it. People might follow you just because you curate cool content that they really like to read. Now, last but not least for this video, do shout out for shout outs. This is kind of a different concept and a lot of people don't actually think of this, but Facebook marketing has a trick where you can do shout out for shout out to grow your Facebook page likes, okay? And you can use this for Twitter as well. You can shout out on Twitter, hey, follow this person, they're a good friend of mine, or we're business partners, or we work together. If you like my profile, you'll definitely like theirs, okay? And you both post that in exchange for the other shout out. That way it doesn't cost you anything. All you're doing is trading shout outs, and you're both growing your audiences. Okay, and that's it for this video. And if you liked the video, if you got some cool tips from it and you thought you learned something, please like the video and subscribe. I'll have, like I said, 2 more in this series, and I'm going to have a lot more social media marketing videos out for you in the coming weeks. And don't forget to leave a comment if you want to add some tips to it, or if you want to let us know maybe what was your favorite tip in this video, or if you just want to add to the conversation and let us know what you thought. And other than that, I'll see you on selfmadesuccess.com, and have a great day.